Yeah, what's up? Billy Saveco here. Welcome to the first ever TBT. That's right, Throwback Thursday. Some of these athletes that we're going to interview are the best in the world, but not everyone has had the same path to success. So we're going to learn what their path was, and hopefully it inspires you and lets you know that not everyone's the same. You create your own path. Today we have a special guest, new to the Bowerman Track Club. We got Sinclaire Johnson from Oak State, just signed with Bowerman Track Club officially. You've run 2 flat in the 800. You've run 403 in the 15, I think it is. So phenomenal athlete there. But you didn't start there, did you?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, kind of walk me through your freshman year of high school.
Yeah, so actually the first year, the only reason I went out for the cross country team was because I was staying in shape for the lacrosse season, which was in the spring. So I kind of got into running in a weird way, just kind of fell into it. And that first year was definitely a huge adjustment. I recall like not even being able to run over 2 miles without stopping, especially like the first couple of practices. And then by the end of the cross country season, I'd qualified for the state finals as an individual. So there was some hope there, and decided to hang up the lacrosse stick and go out for the track and field team.
It looks like you were running like 21 minutes, 21:53.
Yeah.
You got down to like 19:30 or something, 19:21, your freshman year. So that was a big improvement, but that's not close to your 18-minute, 5K PR in high school, eh?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely started off, 21 to 22 minutes in a 5K, and that seemed super good at the time for me. And then, it started to gradually get down there, but freshman year was obviously definitely very different, and just getting used to running and training for running too. So
awesome. Okay, so first walk me through sophomore year real quick if you could.
Yeah, sophomore year, I definitely started to get a little bit more of the hang of things, and started things like tracking my mileage, and taking it a little bit more seriously. I still felt like cross country still wasn't my forte, and still had to like get some things figured out. And I felt like I didn't really have a lot of experience running with a lot of the top girls in Florida. And so that was another thing that I had a lot of room to improve on, just like getting experience racing on a higher level. But just in my state, let alone the country. So I think that year was more of geared towards, getting used to running against other really competitive people. And I think I also made the state that year, but I also don't think I don't think I had much better of a year than I did my freshman year.
Yeah, so it looks like junior year was the year that Sinclaire started really tearing it up on the cross country course. Yeah.
So I definitely think going into even my freshman year, I thought of myself as a short distance runner. So getting over that like not really fear, but more so just like that mental aspect of I wanted to be, an all-inclusive runner and just be good at running in general, and not just, the 800 or the 1600. And so I feel like that was a huge change going into my junior year. I felt like I wanted to actually be successful at cross country, and I definitely took it a lot more serious, started running a little bit more. And I remember, I believe I won districts that year, which was really big. And got second at regionals, and then second at state to the same girl who beat me at regionals and state. But so that was obviously a huge improvement to now I'm not only going to state, but I'm also competing at state and competing for the win. So that year was just even more so. Yes, it was like a physical breakthrough, and I was running faster times. I think I ran 18:03.
That was your which is technically your PR according to the site.
Yeah, it is. And so not only was I, physically getting better, but I think mentally was definitely adapting to being more competitive and tackling on cross country, and having fun with it too. So that was a huge breakthrough year.
So let's put it. It says on this you went
48th your freshman year at States. Then you went 134th. Is that
Okay,
true?
so
And then your next
yeah.
year you went second.
Yeah.
So
So it went backwards and then way forwards.
yeah, so that's a good lesson though, that not every year is going to be successful, and you stuck with it, or not successful, just you're not going to progress greatly every year, and you got it. Persistence, I think, pays off. No matter if that's one season, 1 year, 5 years. I know some people that haven't PR'd in a long time. Once you get to that elite level you're at, it's very tough.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good lesson I think you can take away from that sophomore to junior year as well. All right, so that sounds like a wicked awesome junior year. But now we're, senior year, you're the big dog. Walk me through that. It looks like it was quite a road, maybe some ups and downs, but at the end, it looks like you did really well. You won state in the 8 and finished top 10 in the 1600. So what happened senior year?
Kind of suffered a little bit in cross country, but in the end, I was glad that I was, taking the time to recover and get healthy, so that way I could be, better by the next season and then going forward. So
injury is how you take it mentally. If you let it go where it's just like, oh, I'm going to pout because I'm hurt and bring the team spirit down as well as your own, or you can be positive, work really hard, rehab, and it does stink, but it's worth it in the end because you come back 15 times higher than you were, if you would do nothing. So it sounds like you did that, which is, even though you might not have realized that as a high schooler, it sounds like you were doing some of those things. And tell us how you finished your senior year, if you remember.
Yeah, so then by spring, I ran, I don't know, maybe 209 to win the state meet. And then I finished 6th in the 1600. And so obviously ended it a lot better than started it. So like I said, I was glad that even though the fall didn't go how I wanted it to, I was glad I did take that time, take a little bit step back from training hard and training normal, I guess you could say, to get healthy and to be, successful later down the road, or just be consistent, I guess, later down the road.
Yeah. So that's amazing. It sounds like it was an awesome high school career, but it didn't start, amazing, right? You're running 22 minutes in the cross country, 5K, and you're getting it down every step of the way. And I think you learned a lot throughout just high school, and I'm sure you learned even more throughout college. So I think it's the important thing is it's just a process. And like I said, everyone has a different path. People go through triumphs right away, big downfalls, injuries, different things happen, but it's how you mentally maintain and how you stay consistent, persistent, and perseverance always seems to pay off no matter who you are, what age, what gender, what person, what state you're from. So that's a really cool story.
That's it for this week's TBT. Sinclaire Johnson, thank you so much for your time and sharing your journey with us. Everyone sitting at home, remember, your journey is different than the person sitting next to you. Follow your path, create your own greatness each day. We'll see you next week on TBT. Bye.